If you're if you're there, I'd like to welcome you wherever you are around the world. This is probably going to be my first live, and I had to do it for a good reason too. Just last night, I was watching the evening of tributes to a great Nigerian, a great African, um, Herbert Wigwe, someone we just lost in a tragic helicopter incident in the United States. A great banker, great entrepreneur, but also a wonderful, if you like, humanist in person, very inspiring. As I was watching the night of tributes and just listening to the number of people from across the world that were present who sent him messages from Bill Clinton to Macron to Olusegun Obasanjo and so many great world leaders. I mean, it wasn't just the fact that people were eulogizing him that struck me. I think what was more important was the impact that he made in the lives of people. Um, I remember listening to the testimony of his driver, someone who was just a driver when he met him, but by the time, by the time he met Herbert, his life changed. He went on to get a first degree, went on to do a master's, and his life was never the same again. As we grow older, one of the things that I think is very, very important for us to begin to consider, and I took that lesson from the late Archbishop Idahosa, who, in setting up a university, the Bensi Idahosa University in Benin City, had said, when he was asked why, he said he'd stopped thinking about prosperity and wanted to concentrate more on posterity. I think that Wigwe, in the latter part of his life, was also conscious about posterity. How will you be remembered? I do not think it's about dollars and cents, pounds and pennies or whatever, and naira and kobo or whatever your denomination is. Because you know what? These things are perishable. What is most important is your contribution to humanity. What is most important is how many lives you've been able to touch. Albert affected quite a lot of lives, touched so many people in so many ways. He was constantly giving of himself. And more importantly, he wanted to set up, or he did set up, a world class university, the Wigwe University, in Isiokwe, his hometown. Unfortunately, he did not live to see the first set of students that were coming into that institution. But the one thing you can be sure of is that he has left his name in the sands of time. What's going to be happening is these students will walk on those grounds grateful that someone had made that investment. When you build human beings, it's transformational. When you build businesses, it's okay, but it could also perish. My major question here tonight is how will you be remembered after you're gone? You may never hear what people think about you. You wouldn't even know. Yes, maybe you do a birthday, a few people come and say one or two things. It's only after you're gone you truly, well, you wouldn't know, but that's when who you are really comes out. That's when the widows whose lives you've touched will come out and say that they were truly blessed by you. I know, for instance, and how do I know this? I recall that on several occasions, people have walked up to me and said, you may not remember, but 20 years ago, you did this, this, and this for me. I go somewhere else and say, you may not remember, but I was your student about so year in so class, and I never forgot what you taught me. You go somewhere else and someone says, you may not remember, and they're all correct. I don't remember. Sometimes it just sounds strange to me. But what it does to me is it reinforces my will and my determination to do and to continue to do more for humanity, to give of myself. As we grow older, everything we gather. I remember someone saying that 70% of what we own is for other people. We may not use more than 30%. No matter how much money you have, when you're dead and gone, more than 70% of it will be left after. Now you have no control over that. And you don't know what those who are left behind are going to do with it. It's a hard fact of life. So what are you gathering? I mean, it's okay, don't get me wrong. It's fine. But you know what? When you look at great lives, Mahatma Gandhi, for instance, I just mentioned his name now. It's not the money he left behind, it's the legacies, the lives he touched, the life he lived, his philosophies, his ideologies. They have lived, they are living after him. When we talk about Nelson Mandela today, it's not the dollars and cents or the rands or whatever it is. No one remembers that. It's the lives he touched, the legacy he left behind. I could go on mentioning so many names. People remember you for how you touched their lives, communities, nations. They remember you for how much of yourself you gave to them, how you transformed their lives, how you touched them. Let us take a moment to reflect. What do you have? How can you use it? I want to say that you don't necessarily have to touch the entire universe. Start from your little community. Madame Teresa did. Somewhere in Calcutta, I hope I'm right, in India. But I'm talking about her now. The good work that she did in India. People heard all over the world. I mean, there was no beneficiary here in Nigeria where I live. Neither was there any, to the best of my knowledge, beneficiary in Africa or in Europe or in North America or even in South America or Australia, New Zealand. No. But in her little community, what she did resonated and reverberated around the world. It touched, I mean, people heard about it. So you do not need to do, how do I put it? Just Do the little you can in your little community. You'll be surprised at what difference that will make. And so, what can I say? Wherever you are, with whatever you have, start to do something today. Ask yourself, what will I do for humanity that I'll be remembered for? How can I affect the lives around me? And I'm not saying to be remembered for that could obviously be selfish. It's not about, that's not the motive. It's just about doing something. As we grow older, and it's not even about age. What's her name now? Malala, the Pakistani girl who was shot and nearly killed by I don't know, the Taliban's or whatever now, for going to school. I can't remember exactly who the group was. She was a very young girl, but she believed in what she believed in, and she caused a change in her environment. It's not even about your age. Today, she's in England, but she's propagating the gospel of child education globally, and she has become a global thought leader. That had nothing to do with her age initially. She's grown into a young woman now, doing what she started as a kid. So start with what you have, wherever you are, and begin to affect lives. And as you do that, it's just enough that you can put joy in the lives of people. You can put smile rather in the faces of people. Look around your environment. There are destitutes. There are people who have no clothes. I mean, I know people, for instance, who are around gathering clothes from people who have excess. And then they bring them to communities where there's total lack and just put joy on their faces by sharing these clothes. That's something you can do. There are people who can go around restaurants and get food or, that could have been thrown away. I mean, food that perhaps this restaurant will not leave for the next day, till the next day rather. Gather them and then create a kitchen where they feed people. I had a story about someone who went round, I mean, hotels, all the leftover soups and all that, who go around, gather all of them, bring them, reprocess them, and share them among people who don't have money to buy soap. I could go on naming things. Do you have a skill? You can teach for free. You can teach people around you in your community. And as you do that, you're affecting lives. You don't have to be about Ababwigwe. Just be yourself. Do the little you can. And I can assure you, you will be remembered, not just by earth, but by the heavens. Let us make up our mind today. Look around you. As we say in Nigeria, shine your eyes. See that person that needs help. Selflessly help them. Not necessarily because you have, but just sharing is good enough. Look around you. If you notice any need in your community, see those, see how you can help. That's one way to start. When you do, when it's your time, when your time is up and you depart, people will remember you, not for how much money you have or how well you lived. They will remember you for what difference you made in their lives, in the lives around you, and in your community. This is my pledge. This is my charge to you tonight. Let's do it. Until the next time, thank you very much. And please, if you like what you heard, do subscribe to this channel and remember to share as widely as possible. Thank you very much.